Hello there, commanders, and welcome to another episode of Total War Arena Chinese Faction Preview. I guess it's just Chinese Faction Preview. I don't know why I put Total War Arena in there, but anyway. What we are focusing on in this battle are glaives. So, first quick disclaimer, it's obviously a very early preview build. As you can see, the glaives are literally invisible. But they're working. They're working. They may be invisible, but they're working. So, for all the purposes of the video, we've got everything we need. So glaives, right? They're most similar to Foxes. Well, they're both pole arms, I think. Does Fox classify as pole arm? I think it does. But anyway, it is kind of like a heavier version of Foxman, and I think their playstyle will be quite similar. And the first commander that we are going to cover them with is Lu Bu. So we'll see how he plays with them. We'll focus on his playstyle as well as comparison with Foxman and maybe other units. So well, let's start with comparing them with Foxman while we still can, I guess, because after we get chevrons, the results will be skewered. Obviously, we'll be under effects of different abilities while we're fighting, so it's not ideal, but it will give you a general idea. Right, so they're under cleave right now. So let's compare the aggression, the most important part. None of us are using any buffs at the moment, so it's kind of perfect. I'll just let it stay like that. So melee attack, Foxes, slightly higher. So it will change as we enter the confidence stance and etc, etc. But 122 versus 102, so Foxes win there. Melee weapon damage, quite higher, 30 higher on on glaives. Impact damage, 153 versus 145, pretty similar, it's not a big deal anyway. Charge impact, 248 versus 255, pretty much the same. Melee weapon penetration, 74 versus 65, so this time it is higher on Foxes. And morale flank damage much higher on Foxes. So glaives are a little bit less aggressive, but a little bit more harder hitting version of Foxes when it comes to aggression. But they are also quite much tankier. So in terms of the defense stats, metal defense 55 versus 64, charge deflect 192 versus 207, and missile block chance same at 25. Now survivability. I've got 79 morale versus 79, same. Body armor 123 versus 164. So that is quite a huge difference. And then health 296 versus 288. Not that much of a difference, and even if the glaives have a little bit less, doesn't really matter because they have much more armor to cover each of their health points, so the effective health is much higher. Added mobility, obviously, since glaives are the tankier version and Foxes are the more aggressive, faster, but much more glass cannony, if that's a word, version. And let's compare. They have 109 view range, is 94. Oh shit, we've got the rank. Well, good thing that it doesn't affect mobility. Okay, acceleration 3 versus 2, movement speed 4 versus 4, and again, it is just rounded up to the closest full number. So that doesn't really tell us much. It might as well be 3.5 for glaives and 4.49 for Foxman, and the result is still 4. But yeah, Foxman will obviously be faster. Turn speed 400 versus 300, no big deal, and deceleration 4 versus 4. So yeah, quite similar, Foxes and glaives, as I said, in terms of stats. So now that we've covered that, let's now focus on their playstyle and their synergy with Lu Bu, the next part of this video. So Lu Bu has access to charge, similar how we have charge, well, we have the commander charge on, unit charge on Foxman anyway. They have frenzied charge, which is a pretty good charge for a unit charge. I think it increases the impact damage, charge impact as well. Where are the foxes? Are they dead? They might be dead. Nope, not them. Well, anyway, we are not here to focus on Burikan foxes. So the question is, right, because at tier 10 and tier 9 you have ability swapping. So if foxes have access to a unit charge, that changes a few things. Not really for Lu Bu, because he has his own charge, right? So he can just pick free melee focus or whatever, all other abilities. He doesn't have to waste an ability slot on a charge. Oh, waste. It's really a waste. So yeah, let's look at the unit abilities that we have. We have Parry, a very familiar ability that is present on a lot of Roman units. Then we have Unyielding Earth, which is a new ability that is present only on Chinese units. And it's a self-buff, cooldown 30 seconds, duration 6 seconds, 15% charge deflect, and 30% melee defense. So it's a defensive-oriented ability, which I guess plays into the heavier nature of the Glaive units. And then we have Battle Cry, plus 15 morale. It's a useful ability, but then again you'll be able to swap it out if you want something else. And we will cover more of the Chinese abilities, the unit abilities, in other videos while we cover other unit types. But all of these are the default ones, I haven't changed them. So, now the playstyle. What kind of standard combo, like the basic combo that you would like to, like your go-to combo with Lu Bu would be on Glaives. So we have Charge, we have Whirlwind, we have Reckless Force, and if you want a deeper analysis of those abilities, check out my Lu Bu preview video where we focus exclusively on Lu Bu abilities. Here it's more like how Lu Bu would play with Glaives. So, well, how? Well, the first part is quite obvious. It is charge in into the enemy to deal more damage. Then, once you're in, I would use Reckless Force, because it increases damage, melee weapon damage, which, as we saw, Glaives have quite high, so it synergizes really well. But melee weapon damage, you can see because of the Reckless Force, it goes down with time. We've covered that, right? But it increases quite a lot, I mean 50%, right? And then just decreases. So you want to synergize that with both strikes. I only used one because I was talking, right? So you go in, charge in, use Reckless Force, and then use Parry as soon as possible, and then use Whirlwind. Why not the other way around? Because Whirlwind silences you for 4 seconds, while Parry does not, which means you can use Whirlwind faster after using Parry rather than the other way around. And time is of the essence in this case, because Reckless Force lasts only for 15 seconds, and each second it gets weaker. So you want to squeeze those strikes as quickly as possible to get maximum damage output. Then we have Unyielding Earth, which is a nice melee defense buff. So just use it during fighting. It also gives you charge deflect, so if you're about to get charged, use that as well. I mean, you can literally, if you're facing enemy infantry and you're going for a 1v1 or whatever, like just head on charge, use it before you charge. It will give you plus 50% charge deflect. No, wait. When you charge in, you just compare charge impacts and charge deflect. Has nothing to do with it, right? Yeah, so no. Forget what I said. I am being stupid and I don't know how this game works. So I don't even know why you're watching these videos. Anyway, let's use our go-to combo. Reckless Force, Parry, Bam, Whirlwind, Bam. Did I get my Bam? It didn't feel like a Bam. I'm disappointed. And as it is off cooldown, I can use sorry, not Reckless Force. Reckless Force is the ultimate. I can use Unyielding Earth just to give myself 30% melee bonus. It's always useful. Buff my morale. Not to rout. Get myself the confidence bonus. And as you can see, the damage numbers that keep popping up are quite high. Well, the damage we are getting back is kind of lower than again what we were fighting. We were fighting Offsworn. So there's that. And well, we have 2 chevrons, so we have higher armor. So there's that to consider. But yeah, overall, to sum up, Glaives, very similar to Foxman. In both statistics and playstyle, it is just, in general, a heavier version of Foxman. I don't know if the gimmick of ignoring shield values is present on Glaives. After all, it is a different unit type, so I would not expect it, but maybe they'll have a different gimmick. That's something that we don't know. That's something that I cannot check at the moment. So we'll just have to wait and see. So please subscribe to the channel to help us bring Total War Arena back to the West. And while you're there, you can leave a comment and friendly fire the like button to be especially awesome. And until Chinese faction is released, or rather until the next video on the Chinese faction, I'll see you on Arena's battlefields, commanders. 10 out of 10 outro, nailed it.